Hello, everyone, and welcome to Did She Just Say Chakra? It's our brand new podcast that Staci and I are starting, and we are super excited to be here.
Well, Nicole and I maybe only met about a year ago. It feels like we've known each other a lifetime. Nicole is one of my healers, I like to say, as I have gone on this journey of self-discovery and healing over the last year. As a recovering educator, I served as an associate principal for the last 10 years. Unfortunately, have suffered from some concussions, and so that's what brings me here today. What about you, Nicole?
Yeah, so I am a holistic health, intuitive health practitioner in the Valley Junction area in Des Moines. I've been doing it about 8 years, and I too share a journey of what brought me here. And I'll talk about a little bit about this later, but went through a pretty traumatic divorce in 2011. My health plummeted. I was a single mom of 3 boys, and it took a lot to get back into a healthy, happy state. And so that's what we're here for, right? We are going to share our journeys. We are going to share these amazing resources, the unbelievable amount of resources we have in Des Moines, both Eastern and Western medicine, alternative medicine. It is incredible. There are so many amazing practitioners out there. Along with those practitioners, we are going to share resources for you to use, books that we've used, tools that we've learned along the journey, maybe ancient traditions that are out there, maybe a little woo-woo thrown in there as well. Our intentions are to be raw, to be vulnerable, to share our growth and our journeys with you so we can help others out there that are maybe going through some of the same struggles that we are, or the people that we're meeting along the way. And we're going to go to different businesses in the area, different coffee shops, different cool places, and highlight some of those. So we plan to have some fun.
We do have fun. We swear a little, we laugh a lot, and we love a lot.
Yes. So we are so excited to have you here and to join us on this journey. So welcome and enjoy.
And welcome to today's episode of Did She Just Say Chakra? We're so grateful that you're here with us today, and we're going to dive a little bit deeper into some stress management and ways to help. We know that it's never going to go away, but really it's about how you manage and deal with the stress.
Yes.
There is a secret, though.
A secret?
There is no secret. There is no secret. It's consistency over intensity. So it's really what you're doing on the day-to-day that's really going to help. It's progress over perfection. And it's fundamentals over fads. Over and over and over again. That is what's going to help. So hopefully they walk away with a couple tools that we provided that you can do over and over again to help you to find the most success.
Yeah. So last episode we focused on mindfulness, and now we're just leaning into some more tools that can help with shifting that mindset and then just managing that stress that we're all going to have, like Staci had. It's not like we can make stress go away, right? But we can learn ways to manage it and how we respond. So the reason why we're focusing so much on this, or going more in depth with mindfulness and stress management, is really because of the way our society is today with stress, right? There are so many people stuck in fight or flight.
Yep.
And what I mean by fight or flight is that stress response. So when we're in fight or flight, there's just so many things that shut down because our body's like, okay, we got to deal with what's going on with the stress right now. So everything that isn't really important is going to be put on the back burner. So cortisol level rises, digestive system tightens up. There's just so many physical responses in the body. We tighten up, we tense everything in the body. And so I think one of the biggest aha moments that I had around stress and being in sympathetic state all the time was I had went to my doctor Barco that I talked about. Hadn't been feeling well for weeks, and I had tried everything. I was taking supplements. I was trying to eat the right way. I was doing all the things and still rushing around with 3 jobs and 3 kids and whatever. And I walked in, she walked in the office, and right away she's like, "Woman, like I can tell what's going on." She's like, if you're stressed, she's like, it doesn't matter what supplement I give you. It doesn't matter what food I put in your body. I can adjust you. When you walk out of here, if you're in fight or flight all the time, if you're stressed all the time, none of that is going to work. So I feel like it's just like one of the foundational pieces of health and wellness overall. She also said, because there was a lot of stressful things going on, and she's like, I know you have a lot of stress going on, but she's like, watch the movie. Don't get yourself involved with the movie. Get back up, like put yourself like above it all and watch what is happening. She's like, you don't have to get involved with every stressful situation there is. You can just watch it, see it, and kind of like our emotions, right? And you talked about this, and I don't know if it's too early to talk about it, but
go ahead.
Tell about, that tool that you were using about when an emotion comes up or when a feeling comes up, what you were doing the other day. Can you share that?
Give me more. There's a lot of things
The bubble
that I've
thing,
shared.
weren't you like talking about?
Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah. So, in my morning pages, yeah, absolutely. So what I have been doing is, I have been trying really hard to let things go. As I've shared before, surrender is a big word for me this year. And it has been hard for me to just say, oh, okay, I'm going to let it go and it'll be fine. Actually, on my desk, there is, I don't know if it's handy or not, but a little saying that I've been reading every morning. And then also in my morning pages, I drew the things that I really wanted to focus on letting go. And I drew them in a balloon shape. Actually, it was a heart balloon because I want to acknowledge that it meant something to me.
Yeah.
And then I drew myself holding those balloons. And then I was trying to visualize or, manifest myself letting those things go because I can't carry them forever. I can't.
Yeah.
Right? That stress or the weight, literal weight of that was holding me down. And it does no good to just carry around all that extra baggage.
Yes.
And that probably sits maybe here, you know what I mean?
Yes.
So by letting that go, hopefully I am letting go of some of that stress and baggage, like I said.
So that's definitely one of the techniques that we can utilize when we're talking about stress management and ways we can handle those negative thoughts, feelings, emotions. Let's dive deeper into some more tools that you can utilize at any time throughout the day. I feel like the tools that we're giving are super, super simple and don't take a lot of time, which makes sense with our busy world. So
yeah. So I'm just going to be vulnerable here and share some of the things that I've done over the last year. We shared a little bit. Nicole's been on this journey for a decade or a little bit more. So she's a little further along in her path. She's definitely a lot calmer than I am. I just hit a year actually of being home, and I'm almost hit a year of being on my spiritual path. So I think it's important to recognize that by no means do we have everything figured out, but we're still on our journey.
Right.
So the things that we're sharing are things that maybe we've tried, that we've researched, or that we're just bringing to you as something that you might gravitate towards. One of the tools that I like to do is I like to find quotes or pictures of things. I print them out, I put them in a photo album, and then I like to refer to it. Kind of like a little organizing system. So one of the things is when I have a hard time getting worries out of my head. So we talked about this like at a journaling time or setting up a time throughout your day is you can have a worry time. So some of us are overly anxious and we have all these thoughts or these what ifs that go through our head. So what if you just set up a time throughout the day that is known as worry time? And you just gave voice to those worries that you had so that you're not just ruminating those thoughts all the time, but you are allowing yourself 5 minutes of a day that you can just get those thoughts out. Let yourself go over the things that you are concerned about and maybe even allow yourself to try to problem solve a little bit. That gives voice and solving the problem and then also letting it go.
Yeah, and just maybe shifting that while you're in there onto, that word. And once you've let those emotions go, what word is it that, oh yeah, I want to feel surrendered. Okay, how am I going to shift my mindset, shift my energy right now to where I can start feeling that the rest of the day, feel surrendered.
Another one is if you're stuck inside your mind, and I'm just going to read this to you so I get all the verbiage right. If you're stuck inside your mind, worries and what ifs can grow unchecked. Say them out loud and they might start to vanish. You can test this tactic first. So here we go. We start to recite the letters of the alphabet in your head. When you get a few letters in, say something out loud. So I'll give the example. I'll start A, B, C, and I might say, why don't people want to be around me? Then you notice that the ABCs come to a halt because one of my intrusive thoughts came out loud. And then what happens when you give voice to your worries? Well, I lost where I was in the alphabet, right? So I had to start over again. If you just focus on the alphabet and just saying the alphabet, you don't allow those intrusive thoughts to come in. So don't even give voice to those worries in this scenario. You're only focusing on those the ABCs or something that you know concretely. Count 20. Counts 20 over and over and over again. Don't even give your intrusive thoughts a voice. I have water fountains in many rooms in my house, and the purpose of them is to provide me a grounding space so that I can just focus on the water and the sound that the water brings. It brings me to the present, and it allows me to just focus on the water. When I'm listening to the water, then I recite positive affirmations. I am strong, I am confident, I am beautiful. I'm strong, I'm confident, I am beautiful. Just whatever the positive affirmations might be at that time.
You focusing on the sounds really makes me think of the other method that you're talking about, the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 method. So that one focuses on the senses, right? What do you see? What do you hear? What do you feel? What can you touch? Will you go into that one a little bit deeper?
Yep. So that's just a grounding technique. And really there is not one therapist that is attributed to defining that. But it is just really thinking about, like she said, the 5 senses. So what are 5 things that you see, 4 things that you can hear, 3 things that you can touch. And it doesn't have to be in that order. Like I might have said it wrong just now as I was saying it, and it doesn't matter. Do it however you want. Maybe you want to do 5 things that you smell, 4 things that you see. However you want, do it. It doesn't matter. Yeah. But what you're doing is you're bringing that awareness to your senses and helping you to really ground and focus in on what's around you and not what your thoughts are.
Yeah, you're tricking the brain, really. And sometimes that's what we need at the beginning. Sometimes we just can't find that shift on our own, and so we kind of have to trick the brain and the neural pathways. And okay, so what is it that I see? What is it that I hear? I hear the fountains. Okay, let's focus on the fountains. And then I have this beautiful candle or this wonderful cup of coffee next to me, and just being grateful for those things, or just even noticing those things. It's just such a simple shift.
A lot of memory is tied to scent. And so if there's something that brings positive memories for you, maybe you're into essential oils or candles or certain things that help to trigger positive memories, you might have that close by. Peppermint is also a scent that is uplifting. So that might be something that you have by just to help to uplift your spirits. Like a wild orange might be cheerful if that's something that you're wanting to feel. Having those close by just to kind of help to invigorate you a little bit.
And I do think it's an important thing to point out. Like maybe that's something that you focus on, in between these next podcasts. An important thing that I've realized for me is that my outer order, and Staci and I are a little bit different on this, my outer order creates a lot of inner peace for me. And so I need my space to be like organized and more like simple. I don't have a lot of stuff in there because I feel like clutter on the outside clutters my mind for some reason. And everybody is different because you love all the things. Like you love all the fountains and the words and I love it when I'm here. But we are so different. So finding out what you need in your space to help shift those emotions too, just putting, like Staci said, the fountains, the words all around, the scents. For me, I have a diffuser that I'll put a different scent in depending on what I need to feel that day. If I need to be uplifted, if I need to kind of clear my head a little bit, if I need more clarity, there are essential oils for every type of situation that you want. And that's a simple thing we can do too. We don't have to spend a bunch of money on doing that. just surrounding yourself with things that you love. So when you are in that moment of stress or anxiety, you can look at the wall, you can put on that scent, and it kind of takes you away in that moment.
Helps to ground you. Mother Nature is a very natural healer, and that should go without saying, but for some of us, we forget that. They call it grounding for a reason, and really going outside barefoot and walking on the earth, or
grounding,
being around trees and places outside, walking outside. Every single person that I have met along my journey has said walking outside in nature is the number one thing that you need to do. And I keep saying, okay, if I didn't get dizzy. No, but it's true. Walking outside is the number one thing that will help to heal the brain and heal the body the fastest.
And I think the thing to point out, again, is that everybody's different. Like, walking is the form of movement that I choose when I'm needing to be mindful, but keep moving. Like, I know I'm like, just got to get up and get outside and get the sun on my face and fresh air. Walking is my go-to. But one of the other ways is yoga, right? And there are I say a million, but there are so many different forms of yoga. Yoga like for slow flow, restorative yoga, yoga for flexibility, yoga for breath, somatic yoga where you're moving things out of the body. And that's just to name a few. It was crazy. Like, Staci brought up this list of different types of yoga. And so if you're hesitant to try it, like, is that the experience you were just talking about this morning where you went in and were going to do yoga, but you just kind of focused on breath and it was like all you needed that day?
Yeah, I went to my first somatic yoga and I was really nervous because I was like, oh no, I'm not going to be able to do the poses. What am I going to do? And all I did was lay on the floor and she taught me how to breathe. And I was like, this is the most amazing experience because I learned how to breathe appropriately. So for the first 3 sessions, all we did was breathe. It was life-changing. And I thought I was going to have to do some crazy pose. And here we are, this is my 5th session. And she's just now teaching me how to do poses that I do every day. Like I said, 5 sessions in, and we're just now learning the poses.
I think what's so cool listening to you is, like, you didn't judge yourself. You didn't, like, worry about what everybody else was thinking. You were like, what do I need in this moment? And you just the breath, and you took away what you needed. And that's what these tools are for, right? Some of them you'd be like, I don't like that. I don't want to do that. But just try one that you feel like lights you up when you think about it. And if that doesn't work, try another one. The internet has so many like amazing YouTube videos, shorts. There's just a lot of resources out there, and we can point some out for you. But goodness, search yoga for stress reduction. There's a YouTube page called Yoga with Adrienne, and she is so amazing. She has like 30-day challenges. But if you search, yoga for lower back pain, yoga for stress, yoga for overcoming some type of infection. She's got all of those resources out there, and you get a choice, right? You get a choice in the moment what feels good to you. So listen to that.
And if you want someone to go with, I know I've signed up for some yoga classes and that I've been too embarrassed to go or too afraid to go. Drop a comment, send us a message. I'm happy to go with you. Let's try it together and see how we feel. I know they have a lot of beginner classes, or like some people do, first class free or try the week. Let me know. I'm happy to be your partner.
Yes. I love hot yoga. I haven't done it for a long time, but just sweating and just releasing all the toxins out of my body, there's something amazing about a hot yoga class.
Some people say that yoga helps them sleep better too. So think about that. If you're having troubles with sleep, that is a way to help yourself sleep better.
Perfect segue into sleep. So the next tool we're going to talk about is called tapping, or emotional freedom technique, EFT. This is one of my favorites. This was one of the most transformative for me. Not to bring up old things and old fears and that, but this was a lifesaver for me during COVID. When COVID first started happening, and there was all this fear on social media and the news. All these people were dying, and stay in your house, and nobody had answers as to what to do, right? Well, of course, we get 2 of the boys got it, and then I got it, and then my oldest son got it. And it was right in the beginning when all of that was going on. Like I think we played in a little basketball tournament or something, and sure enough, everybody ended up with it. So they got it. I'm trying to take care of them. Then I got it, and I'm not normally an anxious person, but I had so much anxiety around it. I would more so just being, thinking about it makes me anxious, but
Yikes.
More so what was going to happen to my kids, and like how I could take care of them, but still like be managing what was going on with me. And so I tried tapping for the first time. There's an app called the Tapping Solution. It's by Nick Ortner, and it was a lifesaver. Like I would put the boys to bed, and I would just have so much, you try to be strong, and, it's fine. Our bodies are meant to go through this. This is what we work for, boys. Like we eat healthy, we take our probiotics, things like that. And so our body should respond, right? But inside I was very fearful. And so when they would go to bed, I would go out and just tap. I would just tap for, honestly, 10 minutes. So what tapping is it's using different points of meridians on your body and then tapping out on those to create a calm in the body, to relax the body. There are 9 different places on the body that you tap, and you usually tap them around 5 to 7 times while you're saying something. So we're focusing, like for me, it was focusing on that fear and anxiety. And I'm just going to walk through it real quickly with you. If you want to dive deeper into it, just search tapping Nick Ortner on YouTube, and it'll take you to different videos. But so you start with tapping the hand just above the wrist and below the fingers, and you say, right now I am feeling anxious, but that's okay. And you can switch to the other one. You could just do it on one side, whatever you want, but I'm feeling anxious in my body right now, but it's okay to feel that anxiety. Okay, then we're going to move up to just between the eyebrows, and we're going to tap here. You can do it with one hand. You can do it with 2 hands. I don't know why, but I feel like I need 2. So
I always need to.
So even though I am feeling anxious right now, it's okay to relax and let go. Now we're moving to the outside of the temples. It's okay to relax and let go in my body. And it really doesn't matter what you say. We're just trying to acknowledge the feelings of what you have, and then give the body the tools or the words to kind of let go and focus on. So even though, moving below the nose, above the lip, even though I'm feeling anxious in my body right now, it's okay to relax and let go. And then moving just to the chin, right in that crease. It's okay to feel relaxed and calm in my body. And then moving to the collarbone. My body is now feeling relaxed and calm in the moment. And then you just kind of end with tapping on your head. That's the last point. And if at that point, I love that. I can feel everything just tingling in my body right now. If at that point you feel calm enough to stop, you can. But if you need to just keep saying that, acknowledging it and letting go, you can do 3, 4, 5 rounds of that, whatever you feel. And it is amazing. I don't know. I mean, I have no idea why it works. Well, I kind of do. I kind of know the science behind it, but not in depth, but it works. It really works. And I think you have to be
open.
Yeah.
You have to be open, and I think it works similarly to why acupuncture works, don't you think?
Yeah.
I mean, they're working along that meridian and opening up some energy pathways, and
yes. Yeah, it's definitely an alternative thing, but try it when you're stressed, angry, sad, scared, whatever it is, and let us know. Don't be afraid to comment, like you love this tool, or this tool didn't work for you, or questions that you have. Don't be afraid to comment in our videos below. We'd love to hear some feedback from you, and what worked, what didn't work, how it made you feel, all that good stuff.
Absolutely. So as Nicole said, she felt that, right? She felt the way that made her feel after tapping, and it feels good. It feels good when you take care of yourself. It feels good when you can say thank you to your body, and you can say thank you to the universe for providing great experiences. And when we express gratitude and we put good out, we get good back in return. So some ways that we can express gratitude are writing affirmations. You can have a gratitude jar or journal that you write things that you're grateful for. What are some other ways?
Oh goodness, gratitude wise, I use my journal for gratitude.
Yeah.
So I start my morning with the morning pages, but at night a lot of times, or just a meditation around gratitude. I think it's such a shift again, and it puts kind of the focus on not on you necessarily, but like being grateful for just the simple things. Like these are the things I say over and over again. I'm grateful for my cup of coffee. I'm grateful for my bed. I'm grateful for my breath. I'm grateful for this new day, my kids, my food, my jobs, my health, just kind of roll through those. And it just thinking those things in the morning when you wake up, and it doesn't have to be these huge, thank you for my trip to Maui or whatever.
She loves to send us on trips.
I know.
One of the things that I've been mindful of recently is thanking those people that are in my life, and in ways of sending a quick message, or putting that good out there, and sometimes making somebody else feel good in turn makes me feel good.
Yes, and that is so. I think that's so powerful when you're feeling. It's almost more.
Oh, for
it's
sure.
Almost more. What's the word I'm looking for? Uplifting. It's almost more uplifting to send that to someone and know how you made their day, or uplifted them in some way, or whatnot. So speaking of gratitude, we really want to thank you for listening to the podcast today. We would love interaction that you have, commenting, liking, subscribing, sharing with somebody you love. That's a great way, right, for gratitude. Hey, this made me think of you today. Here's a podcast for you to listen to. So
Absolutely. Yeah. I'm grateful for you.
Yes, you too. All right, well, have a wonderful day, and we'll see you next time.